Powell. I'm with the company named SportzSoft. We've developed an app here for you to use at the upcoming Elite Canada meet in Halifax. This particular app will be running on Android devices supplied to you at the station. When you arrive, you'll be provided a meet code and a PIN you see here to log in, and that's a form of security. In this case, the meet code is ECH16. Your PIN will be unique to you as a judge. The PIN I'm going to use in this case is 3601, and hit continue. That continues, gets me in. I'm going to be in here as, and we'll see in a moment, loading information, Tracy Roberts in the bottom left. Don't worry, Tracy, I'll make sure I change that PIN before that day arrives for yourself. Now, as you see when you first get in here, it's a listing of all the sessions that you might be going through. We're going to be, in this case, Tracy's been assigned the duties of a vault master judge. So we're going to flight 1 here. It's going to load all the rotations. This is all going against a central database. It's going to be using Wi-Fi. If your device isn't working, you need to tell the support staff, but it should be working. It'll all be pre-tested, and we're going to have some pretty good Wi-Fi. Shouldn't have any issues. The blue font here, the first thing you sort of probably notice is that, why does that stand out? And that stands out because those represent basically the apparatus and the rounds where Tracy's being assigned. We'll come in here and we'll move into Vault Group 1. We've done some scoring. Let's go on to Kyra with Calgary Gymnastics Center. That's just where she's from, as we'll see her, Kyra from Calgary Gymnastics Center. I'm myself from Calgary as well. So here's the main screen. You're going to spend most of your time in here. In this case, let's just walk through. You can see Kyra's name and number at the top, what level she's with, the club, the status, some buttons along the top here for scratch and put on deck. We'll put her on deck. Right now I'll just touch that. She's on deck. That will be reflected to the parents using their phones. The vault has this extra row in here for Vault 1, Vault 2, and possibly a composite button if a composite is in play in terms of the scoring rules. In this case, until we get to Vault 1 done, we're not going to see those other buttons. The type and the difficulty in the case, E-score 1 through 5. Master Judge has access to all the scores, can touch everything, including the stuck routine at the bottom we see here and the hit routine. That's the responsibility of the Master Judge. E-score judges, when you come in here, you're just going to see the one score that's enabled, E-score 2 or 3 or such. Okay, and it'll be very clear which ones you should be scoring, and you only do the one. Near the bottom, we're going to see the final score once we have something. The devices will all communicate with each other, essentially, and as the E-score judges put scores in, this master judge would see that happen for this athlete. So the way that works is there's a little monitor that's going on in the background, and about every 3 seconds we're checking to see if anybody else has changed the score on their device, and posted it for that matter. If I touch this little green bar, it says auto refresh is active. Don't worry about that. That's just a little mechanism as an identifier to show you that the auto refresh mechanism is up and running. Because if you were to minimize the app or go somewhere else, we turn it off. Okay. So let's say Tracy's going to put in a score of 3.1 here for the difficulty. She's also responsible for doing the E-score. She puts that in, and I hit too high, and it gave me a hard time. 1.5, done. Okay. She would just sit here and wait for the other scores to show up. I'm just going to reflect that as if they did show up. So we'll just put in a 1.2 as if it showed up here on the E-score 2 from one of the judges on their tablets themselves. She's happy with it. She says, okay, we're ready to go. Tracy would hit the post score button. Because she's the master judge, it goes to complete. Okay. Final score gets set. She said hit and stuck on both those routines. If she said, oh no, I made a mistake, I didn't mean hit, go right ahead, take the hit routine off and repost. No problem. We've got a previous and next down here, but we're not going to use that because that would move on to the next athlete within this rotation. Instead, we also see the Vault 2 button appeared because she's going to do a second vault. Once again, that's configured by the administrators in the scoring rules. So all you have to do is touch Vault 2, and now we're doing Vault 2. Put that on deck, and go ahead and do the scoring again. I'm touching that I'm touching that difficulty. 2.8. I'm going to use 2.5. E-score 1.3. Let's say the E-score judge put his score in as 1.5, and it showed up on our screen. We would simply hit post. When we hit post, oh no, don't forget, let's hit the stuck. The average is showing there. We hit the post. Done. Now, Vault 2 is where we are, shows in blue, and we see that the score is 11.1. Go back to Vault 1. That's got a green box around it showing 11.75. Green box means that's the show score. That's the better score. That's what's going to be shown to the parents on the devices and on the monitors, and will be used in the results reporting. Okay? That's pretty much all you're going to do at this stage. You know, at this stage, we'd hit the next button and move on to the next athlete. We see it's Charlotte, and we'd start over again. Really straightforward. Once you get to the last athlete in the rotation, you would hit the back button to back out. Go back to, again, to round 2, vote group 4. Move in there, get that list of athletes, head in to see Megan. It loads it, off we go. Pretty straightforward. I hope you guys have a great time and find the app very user-friendly, and thank you very much.